We've all been told that if you find something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. It's the ultimate modern lie. Because the menu isn't a movie about food. It's not even really a movie about eating the rich, though it wears that coat quite well. The menu is a horror movie about what happens when your passion becomes a product. It's about the moment an artist realizes they are no longer creating, they are just performing for a room full of people who wouldn't know the difference if they were served a masterpiece or a pile of dirt, as long as the check was high enough. Today, we're going to look at why Julian Slowik isn't the villain of this story, why Margot is the only person who actually ate, and why the most terrifying thing in this movie is a cheeseburger. To understand the menu, you have to understand the guests. Slowik didn't choose them because they are rich. He chose them because they represent the different ways we consume art until there's nothing left. Take Lillian, the critic. She doesn't enjoy food. She enjoys the power to destroy the person who made it. To her, a dish isn't a gift, it's a puzzle to be solved and then discarded. Then you have Tyler. He's arguably the most dangerous. He's the superfan. He knows the terminology. He knows the technique, but he has zero empathy for the human behind the craft. Notice how the guests react to the breadless bread plate. It's the first real test. Slowik is literally telling them, I am withholding the soul of the meal. And what do? They intellectualize it. They find a way to make the absence of food feel like concept. They are so far gone into the culture of dining that they've forgotten the point of a restaurant is to be fed. Julian Slowik is a man who has reached the pinnacle and found it empty. There's a specific tragedy in his character. He is a service worker who became a god. When Margot sneaks into his private quarters, she finds the only evidence of his humanity, a photo of him as a young man, flipping burgers with a genuine, unforced smile. That's the Chekhov's gun of the movie. Slowik's rage stems from the fact that he traded that smile for perfection. He built Hawthorne to be a temple, but he realized he's just a priest for a flock that doesn't believe in God. They just like the architecture. Enter Margot. Or rather, Aaron. The reason Margot survives is because she is the only person in the room who refuses to play the game. When she sends the food back, she does something no one else dares to do. She treats him like a cook, not a conceptual artist. Watch Slowik's face when she orders the cheeseburger. It's the only time in the movie he looks alive. For 5 minutes, the menu stops. The concept dies. He gets to make a real cheeseburger. This is the film's thesis. Art only lives when it is a conversation, not a transaction. Margot asks for the very thing that started his journey. By asking him to cook with love instead of obsession, she restores his soul for just long enough for him to let her walk out the door. The ending is unsettling because the guests don't fight back. Why? Because they've spent their whole lives wanting to be part of something exclusive. And what's more exclusive than a mass suicide art piece? Slowik turns them into s'mores, the ultimate trash dessert, and they let him. They are so obsessed with being in on it that they accept their own destruction as the final course. But then we see Margot. She's on the boat. She's away from the pretension. She takes a bite of that burger and wipes her mouth with the menu. It's the most honest moment in the film. She didn't experience the meal. She just ate. The menu leaves us with a bitter taste. It asks us, are we the ones making the art, or are we the ones suffocating it? Are we Tyler's, or are we Margot's? Because if you're not careful, you might just find yourself on the menu. What would your final meal request be if you were at Hawthorne? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.